I'm not so sure if I've used Cafe Mom before, but thank you, cafemom.com, for this article. Did a great job. I like the comprehensive articles. They really give me a good synopsis about what happened. But I thank you to those who used my email, the afcmatters at gmail.com, who sent me this story. And when I read it, I was like, I got to talk about this. I want y'all to look at this beautiful, bright, young boy's smiling face. And the fact that these people didn't value this baby is just inexcusable. It's just inexcusable. Let me give you a content warning about what we do here. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. And again, thank you, Cafe Mom. Let's talk about these foods right here. A Missouri woman and her boyfriend, hashtag mom's boyfriend, were arrested after a hospital staff contacted police in regard to an unresponsive child just before 1 a.m. on March 27th. So this is about a week ago, depending on when you're watching this. Fredericktown police officers arrived at Madison Medical Center and were informed by hospital staff that the child, who was a 4-year-old boy, who you guys see right there on my screen, a happy baby, a very happy baby. This boy was dead and that his body showed signs of abuse. So we'll talk about that here in just a moment because that talks about a protective order. Per release from the Fredericktown Police Department, they immediately questioned the child's mother. Her name is Riley, Ryelee, R. Ferraro, Fararro. Almost got tongue-tied there. And officers then found and detained her boyfriend by the name of Hayden W. Rosner. Hayden W. Rosner. The pair were arrested and charged with in connection to the child's death, in addition to drug charges. The community took to social media with an outpouring of love and support for the child with the hashtag Justice for Jonah. It's just, we hear those hashtags all the time. It's just sad that this happens. When police arrived at the hospital, the boy was dead and allegedly showed signs of abuse, according to KFVS. He appeared malnourished and reportedly had bruises, abrasions, lacerations all over his body. And you look at this baby boy and it's like, why would you bring this child into this world? Matter of fact, y'all actually can go through these pictures. I found them from the mom's Facebook, which is still open. And you see these pictures, and this boy looks very happy, a typical young kid. And just how can you neglect a smile like that? A smile that would just light up the room, right? I found a bunch of pictures, not a lot. Of course, that's the final picture, which is the most heartbreaking of all. But he seemed like a happy kid, and I'm going to tell you guys this also. On the mom's Facebook page, it seemed like she acts like she loves her child. She cherishes him. She's always taking pictures with him. But don't be fooled by them damn social media pictures. It's just so many people are just faking the funk. They don't really care about their kids like that. He appeared malnourished and reportedly had bruises and abrasions, I mixed those words together, and lacerations all over his body. After examining the child, officers spoke with Ferraro, who allegedly admitted to police that she and her boyfriend are addicted to opioids and she worked a busy schedule. Ferraro alleged she worked 60 hours per week, which I doubt. Just somehow I highly doubt that. And when Rosner became her son's primary caretaker, she began noticing marks on his body per court documents obtained by KFVS. She apparently didn't tell anyone about the suspected abuse, but claimed she documented it. But that didn't stop her from letting her boyfriend be a babysitter, and he's not a qualified babysitter, right? The mother also alleged her boyfriend told her not to take the child to the hospital. Let me say that again. Allegedly told her not to take the child to the hospital. And if you're a mother who cares about your child, why would you not when you see something's freaking wrong? Are you that level of dumb? That's her Facebook page right there. It's still up. I'm not saying go harass it, but you can find other pictures on there and things that she posts about on her page. Pictures like that, like she loves a kid, which I don't believe that she does. Rosner reportedly told police he was helping. Y'all not gonna believe this. Rosner, the boyfriend, reportedly told police he was helping the young boy in the bathroom when he threw a temper tantrum, and in doing so, he hit his head on the toilet. The irony. The irony is this. On my channel, we talk about a plethora of stories. Is this not like the third story in a row that sounds very similar? All these stories involve bathrooms. All these stories involve toilets. All these stories involve bathtubs. All these stories involve falling. And all these stories involve these children allegedly killing themselves, causing their own death from falling. Damn tubs and toilets. Not the toilet again. Thank you for posting that in the chat for those who are listening. I appreciate that. He's claiming that the child threw a temper tantrum and hit his head on the toilet while in the bathroom. And you'd have to ask, why was he in the bathroom with this boy? It's not his child, but I digress. The child began bleeding and blood splattered onto the shower curtain, the boyfriend stated. As police continued talking with Rosner, they learned the couple had dealt with the Missouri Department of Social Service Children's Division in November 2023, so they were already on to them. At the time, according to documentation, the caseworker recommended that Rosner not be left alone with the child for primary care supervision due to drug concerns. You see that coffin? Let's go back to that. They said, we are concerned he should not be left alone with this child, and that's what happened. That's how it ended. According to authorities, Rosner was arrested on charges of felony abuse or neglect of a child resulting in death, endangering the welfare of a child, and possession of a controlled substance. What you want to bet it was probably meth. They just look like meth heads to me. He is being held on a $1 million cash bond. The mother is being held on a $500,000 cash bond. Why is it half of what he got? But nonetheless, I still think that's a significant amount. $500,000 cash bond, and was charged with felony abuse or neglect of a child resulting in death and endangering the welfare of a child. The pair appeared in court on Thursday. Although the child was not publicly identified by police, the mother posted about her son Jonah on Facebook, and many are asking for hashtag justice for Jonah with memories of the young boy. So yeah, we already knew his identity. Some of this I can skip because this is from family and friends. Friends are working to create a t-shirt in his memory. A GoFundMe account was created. Did I have that GoFundMe posted up here? Let me see. Let's see what we got. Yes, I did. Right there. So, and let me be fair. I don't like the fact that there's a GoFundMe up because usually in the murder of a child, the state will usually pick up that bill and cover it for the burial of this child. So nobody should need to create a GoFundMe to bury this child. But nonetheless, they're highlighted. It says, edit. The funeral has been paid for. Most of the GoFundMe went to the funeral home for Jonah's beautiful monument. What do they mean, most of it? Shouldn't all of it go there? Even though They only raised the goal of $2,000 and they collected 2160. But nonetheless, I've told you guys, this is why y'all need to be careful about donating to these GoFundMes when children are murdered. The funeral has been paid for already, but they still were donating GoFundMe money. But nonetheless, let's see. If you suspect child abuse, the National Child Abuse Hotline is 800-422-4453 or 800-4A-CHILD. Childhelp.org. Hotline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in multiple languages. Let me give you guys the fair usage. Let's look at these news videos. Let's talk about this. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. To share this story, all you got to do is hit the thumbs up, leave a comment. That helps us quite a bit, more than you know. Okay, here we go.
A Missouri couple behind bars this morning after a hospital reported the death of a child to police. Officers in Fredericktown responded to Madison Medical Center about 1 o'clock yesterday morning for what was described as suspicious circumstances involving a juvenile. When police got there, they were told that the child had died and there was evidence of abuse or neglect. The child's mother, Riley Ferraro, was detained at the hospital, and then her boyfriend, Hayden Rosener, was also taken in for questioning. The two later arrested and both face now several charges.
I just think this type of thing needs to be punished. I know people believe in rehabilitation from substance abuse, but I think that when you choose drugs over your children, when you choose other things over your children, we cannot make an excuse for that. I don't think it's a forgivable thing. Now, granted, she's probably only going to get half the amount of time that he gets in prison. But again, why is it that these boyfriends have such easy access to be around your kids in bathrooms, be in bathtubs, toilets, naked, dealing with your kids, and you work 60 hours a week? That means you have no idea what this man is doing around your kid. They will go through all of that just to keep a man and keep their access to drugs, but will fight the biological father for custody and even to see his child, to make this man pay child support and never allow him to see his child is just flat out ridiculous. And I'm not saying that that's what she did, but that's what a lot of people do. And it just seems like it makes sense to say that in this situation, okay? Now, let's take a look at this because I found this on Facebook. This is still up. And a family member by the name of Abigail Ramsey said, "I cannot thank you all enough for the support of our boy Jonah. The prosecuting attorney has reached out and asked that we do not flood his emails as he does his job. With that being said, he informed us that the motion for protective order that he filed does not request nor does it allow for closing the courtroom. Also, in no way makes anything... It in no way makes anything, I didn't write it like that, that would otherwise be public record become a closed record. He filed the motion for protective order to protect Jonah and Jonah's family. It asked the court to order the defendants and their attorneys not to release any information they receive from him in this case, which should be kept private. That includes birth dates, social security numbers, personal data, and information which is otherwise sensitive. He also suggested a great idea, which is creating a group for those of you who would like to keep updated on this case. With that being said, from here on out, myself or Lydia Jane Wathen will send emails and keep you all updated. So you guys can find that on Facebook, hashtag justice for Jonah. So I thought I would let you guys know that that was there. Beautiful kid. He deserved every opportunity to become something great. Where is his father at? Where is his biological father? And why is it that these young folks cannot understand that you're making lifelong decisions with people you only want to be with temporarily? Hopefully I don't have to say that again. This baby boy deserved every opportunity to become something great. Young Jonah, young Prince, R.I.P. I think they both deserve a very long time in prison. The boyfriend definitely deserves life in prison. Mom, I'd say probably a good, I don't know. She should never be allowed to create children again. I think 20 years will be sufficient. Maybe her eggs will dry up by then. All right? Let me know what you guys think. Thank you.